Few people manage to make the best of their unfortunate circumstances, but one man has managed to inspire many using his. Today I will be telling you the life story of Dave Pelzer, from his traumatic upbringing to his successful adult life. Dave Pelzer is a successful author and motivational speaker who has inspired many people. I have read a few of his books, from A Child Called It to The Lost Boy to A Man Named Dave. I have also watched several of his motivational speeches, as well as his interviews with celebrities and activists against child abuse. According to his book, The Lost Boy, published in 1997, Dave was born in Daly City, California. His father was a retired airman and firefighter, and his mother was a homemaker. He had 2 older brothers and later 2 younger brothers whom he would not be close with until his adult life. His earliest memories are full of family vacations and time spent with his family, which he looks back on fondly. However, when Dave was only 4 years old, his mother began to horrifically abuse him. His mother and his father were both alcoholics, and this may have contributed to his father turning a blind eye to his mother's abuse. His mother would tear him down for years, physically and emotionally. She told him that he was not part of her family, that he was worthless, and she even took away his name and began to call him the boy and then it. His mother did not allow him to participate in his family. She made him live in the garage, and she abused him very badly physically. She would beat him, starve him, and torture him, but David did not let this diminish his will to survive. In David's book, A Man Named Dave, he is quoted saying, "No matter what game Mother invented, no matter how badly she attacked me, I was going to win. I was going to live." David kept this motto throughout his time living in his parents' home, and this is what helped him to survive. According to Farinda Mekasari's article, Dave's Journey, published in 2019, Dave was rescued when he was 12 years old. Dave was rescued because a teacher, a principal, and a nurse at his school called the authorities about his abuse. Dave was being examined by the nurse for several months before this, and she would take record of his injuries and ask him where they came from. David would not tell her the truth because he had been programmed by his mother to lie and keep her secret. The day that he told the truth is the day that he was removed from his home and taken into foster care. When David's trial was set to begin, he was conflicted. Would he tell his mother's secret? Would he tell his family's secret? He was not sure what to do, but his bravery won out, and he made it known to the judge that he did not want to live with his mother any longer. Dave was put permanently into foster care after this. Dave struggled to assimilate into life once he was put into foster care. The label foster kid made him feel that he was just as much an outcast as he had been in his mother's home. He struggled socially because he had been isolated for several years. David struggled to make friends, and he did bad things to impress his peers that made it difficult for him to stay in the same foster homes. He was moved to several different foster homes until he was about 14 years old, and this is the one that he stayed until he was 18. When David was 18, he enlisted into the United States Air Force in an effort to prove himself and to move past his traumatic upbringing. David wanted to be a flyboy like his father, but this did not happen right away. For several years, David was a cook in the Air Force, but he continued to have a good attitude and to keep working hard towards his dream. He did achieve his first dream of being a flyboy, and shortly after this happened, he met his first girlfriend, Phyllis. He did not feel very connected to Phyllis, but he did enjoy spending time with her, and sometime after that, she became pregnant with his child. David decided that he needed to marry her, even though he still did not feel connected to her and did not think that he could love anybody. But he was mistaken, and he was proven wrong whenever he had his first son, Stephen. He was very in love with Stephen, and he wanted to put an end to child abuse because of Stephen. He felt that he could not stand by and watch bad things happen to children because he didn't understand how anybody could abuse a child once he had Stephen. He began talking to at-risk teens and troubled teens who were in foster care and telling them his story to try and give them hope for their future. Once David had began talking to these teens, he also began to talk to the people that worked with these teens about how to help children in foster care. David felt that he was really making an impact and making a change in the world, but his wife Phyllis was not very supportive of this. She felt that he should be more financially stable and that he should continue his career in the Air Force. This led to them having marital issues, and several years after this, they ended up getting divorced. But they remained close and were friendly with each other to better co-parent their son, Stephen. A few years later, David married his second wife. He met Marcia when he was writing his first book, A Child Called It. Marcia was very supportive of him, and he quickly fell in love with her. He did not know that he could be so connected to another adult human being. They ended up getting married, and through her support and his newfound confidence, David was able to publish his book, Many people said how much his book helped them, and this led him to have the confidence to continue his career of motivational speaking and to write several more books which would help a lot of people. This is the life story of David Pelzer, from his traumatic upbringing to his adult life. Oh no. And his story proves that many people can overcome obstacles even if they are very hard. Thank you.